Hey guys, it's Drishti.
And Daveen.
Welcome to our podcast.
In today's episode, we're going to be talking about who we are, why we started this podcast, and why you should listen in.
Yeah, to start off, introducing ourselves, my name is Drishti. I'm a rising junior at Lake Ridge, and I recently got sworn in to be the student representative on the Lake Oswego School Board for the upcoming 24-25 school year.
Yay!
I've been volunteering at the library for 3 years now. I've been going there since I was a kid, and I just love giving back to my community and just meeting all the people there. Some other things I'm interested in are supporting local businesses, and I'm also really passionate about increasing awareness and support for mental health. Another thing is that I love to see how technology is growing and developing, especially in our community.
So, I'm a rising junior, but I go to Lake Oswego High School, where I'm a part of student government. I'm on the LO Youth Action Council and a youth representative on the City DEI Advisory Board, which aims to promote diversity, equity, and inclusion in our community. I'm really involved in advocacy work and passionate about various social justice issues, such as food insecurity, climate justice, and especially increasing youth civic engagement, which I'm currently working on doing through a youth organization I started called Vote Up Oregon, which Drishti is also a part of.
Yep.
So, because I go to LO and she goes to Lake Ridge, the two of us are able to cover more ground when it comes to Lake Oswego, since we're bringing two different perspectives to the table.
Yeah, it's great being able to work with someone from across the lake. Another thing we're both involved in is the Teen Advisory Board at the library, which basically is just a group of teens who help plan events. We volunteer at those events and just help the librarians with general planning. Right now, something we're helping a lot with is the Summer Library Challenge, which, if you don't know, is just a way to log your hours and you get prizes for signing up. So there's great incentives for reading during the summer. What are the prizes that you get?
So you can get a free book for signing up.
Yeah.
And then there are raffle tickets, there's raffles where you can get
I think you get a gift card, and there's little swag bags too.
Yeah, which is all super great.
If you're not signed up, you should visit the library and sign up, or there's also an online way to sign up that will link in the upcoming post. Make sure you follow the Lake Oswego Public Library on Instagram so you can join in on all their activities.
So another program that we're both actually involved in is the Lake Oswego Youth Leadership Council, which is where the two of us actually met last fall. We call it YLC, and it's basically a group of youth exploring the structure of LO's form of government through tours of different city facilities. We've toured the library, wastewater treatment facility, police department, and more.
Yeah, one of my personal favorites was definitely the police department because we were honored to have the tour done by Chief Burke himself, which was incredible. We got to go behind the scenes and see people taking calls and just where the police officers worked and everything. It was incredible.
And each year, the council pursues a group policy project, and this year we've been working on advocating for a statewide ban on the sale of flavored tobacco. The two of us were involved in drafting a letter to Senate President Rob Wagner, basically asking for his support on the bill banning flavored tobacco. We made presentations to the school board and Lake Oswego City Council, asking them to co-sign this letter, and the two of us each presented in front of the school board, which was super fun.
Yeah, and we actually got to visit the Oregon State Capitol, where we met Senator Rob Wagner after the Oregon Youth Summit, which was an event that we co-hosted with Happy Valley's Youth Council and just got to meet a ton of youth and leadership councils. That event was super great. When we met Senator Rob Wagner, we got to ask him a lot of questions, and he also gave us a tour of the Capitol, which was under construction at the time. It was really fun hearing the history of the building and different stories of previous senators. It was great. Speaking of Rob Wagner, he was actually at the school board meeting recently on July 15, and he was there to present legislative updates to the board, and it was really nice hearing him present to the school board just because he used to be on the school board, so it was interesting seeing him at the other side of the table presenting.
Yeah, and even though the flavored tobacco bill wasn't able to make it into the 2024 short session this year, we're still working on currently trying to get it into next year's short session. So this is still an active project that we're all working on.
Throughout our experience on YLC, we've just gotten to meet a ton of incredible people, and it's a great opportunity that we recommend to high schoolers interested in learning more about the community.
Yeah, so all the city's youth programs in general are just such great opportunities no matter what you're interested in, because you get to meet so many like-minded people and create friendships with other youth all around LO. Like, again, that's where Drishti and I met, and look at us now.
We're such good friends. Unfortunately, applications for this year are closed, but you should definitely think about applying next spring. You can find all the information on the city's website. So obviously, we're both really involved in the city and really passionate when it comes to our community. We just noticed that there's a lot of city events and programs that often go unnoticed and just people aren't aware about. So we wanted to bring attention to these, which is why we started our podcast, Let's Go LO.
With this podcast, we're going to be talking about all things LO and have guest speakers joining us to talk about various topics such as local businesses and professionals, city events and programs, local and statewide policies, and school activities, which if you follow our Instagram, you probably already know. It's important for everyone to know what's happening in the city because we have such a welcoming community and lots of ways for people to feel involved.
Yeah, and just the format of our podcast, like how we're going to be doing all this, is each episode will cover a separate topic, and hopefully we have a guest coming in to join us and also talking about that topic.
Yeah, so we're going to have a special mini-series within our podcast episodes, which will be dedicated to spotlighting youth-owned businesses and nonprofits in our area.
Yeah, we, as two youth, know that there's so many kids out there doing incredible things. So if you are a kid who owns a business or a nonprofit and you're interested in being featured, please fill out the Google form in our Instagram bio. And speaking of our Instagram account, those posts will have recaps to recent episodes and sneak peeks to interviews with our special guests, forums asking about what you guys want to hear, and extra links and resources just related to things that we talk about in our podcast episodes.
And if there's something specific you want to hear on our podcast or specific people you want to hear from, there's a separate form also attached in our bio. And lastly, if you are needing to contact us for a separate reason, our email is also linked.
Yeah. So we just want to thank you for coming to listen to our first episode. This episode was definitely a little bit of a shorter one just because we wanted to quickly introduce ourselves. Thanks for listening in, and make sure to tune in for the next episode.
Bye.